to taste each one and then...
You can do that. You can do that.
All right.
So
Let's go.
I mean, that's the thing. I brought a completely different selection on, so you can choose whatever you like.
Okay. It's giving citrus.
Yeah?
Is it grapefruit?
I'll be honest, Carnival Brewery sent me them maybe a week ago. I haven't tried them myself yet. So.
Whoa. What is going on here? Sorry, I'm not talking into the mic. Okay. It tastes like there's weed in it. That's not real.
Is that a good thing for you, or?
I mean, we'll find out. All day brunch. Okay, mimosa sour ale. That is an interesting flavor. It tastes like orange and weed blended together with beer. Okay. Okay, let's go. Oh, it's a pale ale. Lime leaf. It has like a piney taste to it.
Okay.
It reminds me of some sort of tree. Okay. This just smells like beer to me.
Okay.
It smells like beer. It tastes like beer.
Just straight down the middle.
It just tastes like a beer. Yeah, like just a normal beer.
So
like if you were going to, order a beer, this is what you would get.
Sure. So of the three, which are you thinking that you'd like to
I'm feeling a little spunky. Let's go with sour weed beer.
Okay, perfect. My brother, when he was a teenager, was a big Mac DeMarco guy. But when he was about 20, he found you. He's now 27, and he's still in his Caroline Rose phase. He's like the biggest fan. And I wanted to know if you've ever had acts and artists that you've been like a loyal, sort of dedicated fan when you were a teenager, something like that, something that's been like a bit of an obsession for you.
Oh yeah, well I had an Elliot phase moment in my youth. It was like Elliot. What did I just say? Elliot Smith? Did I say Elliot Smith?
He missed his surname.
Yeah, Elliot Smith. I had an Elliot Smith phase, and it was like Elliot Smith and Nick Drake and Ryan Adams before he was canceled. That type of just like sad dude songwriter music. And I was really young then. I was a teenager. And I remember hearing that music and being like, I could make music like this. It was really simple, but there was something a little edgy about it, and I don't know. Sad. It was really sad.
Yeah.
Related to that.
But the new album you just come out with, The Art of Forgetting, is the first album of 4 that you could class as sad. Would you agree with that, of the ones that you've made?
It's the first one that sounds sad, but I would say that there's a tinge of sadness in all of them. It's just different. Like, I think I've always been attracted to this kind of combination of sad things that sound happy or sound fun, or sad things that you could like dance to or tap your feet to. And I love pop music, but I've always thought it was too saccharine. It's like too joyous, and life isn't like that. Life is like, hard and heavy, and it's oftentimes really sad. So I'm like, why isn't there more pop music for sad people?
What's your favorite kind of sad pop music? What comes to mind when you think about that kind of thing?
It's a good question. I think, I don't know, immediately my brain is going to like some goth synth pop or something, but that sounds darker. The thing that my brain goes to is more in like the film world, because I've been really influenced by Almodovar's films, and all of the subject matter in his films are really intense. I mean, they're kind of like horrific, but the visuals are they're so stunning and buoyant and flamboyant and all the buoyance. And I just gravitated instantly towards that kind of mindset of just like slapping some lipstick on the pig, as my friend once said.
Nice.
And, turning something ugly into something fun.
So in a couple of weeks, you're releasing Everywhere I Go, I Bring the Rain, which is the next single from your album. Could you tell me a little bit about the story behind that? And are you making a video for it? What's the plan for that song? Yeah, well, there's already a video for it. It's part of a short film that we're planning on releasing the whole short film, but right now we only have 2 songs of the 3, and the third is Everywhere I Go, which no one's seen yet. But
Um, yeah, some backstory on it. I wrote it. It's kind of a funny story, but it's a good story. My friend is a hotelier, and she has this like fancy hotel in Mexico, and she just kind of randomly sent me an email and was like, "Do you want to come down to Baja to the hotel for New Year's?" And I was like, "Well, I can't afford it." And she's like, "Just bring your guitar, like play a set." And so I did. I just played a 30-minute set for basically no one in return for this room at this swanky hotel. And I went alone. It was also during the pandemic, so there weren't a lot of people there. There really weren't a lot of people traveling, and it was like kind of risky to travel. So I just went by myself and stayed by myself and hung out by myself pretty much the whole time. And I remember feeling it was like such an interesting feeling of like being surrounded by beauty, but at the time I was so lonely and so sad. And I remember going out to the pool one day, and it was just me and one other person, and who seemed to be his girlfriend and like maybe somebody else, like an assistant, and it was me and James Franco.
Oh,
Just
what?
like sitting by the pool together, and I was like, wow, I don't belong here at all. And that song, it just sort of like kind of popped up. I had the melody in my head for a long time, and the line of the chorus, and then but the rest of the song, I guess I just remembered having written the line for the chorus and was like, wow, this is exactly how I feel right now, just like a pariah. And
It all fell into place.
yeah, just kind of like a weirdo in a fancy place, which is kind of how I feel a lot of times, honestly.
Talking about feeling weird in places, you've been on tour in the UK a couple of times now. What does it feel like over here? Is there anything that you've enjoyed or disliked about being in England and Scotland?
They feel totally different to me, to be honest. I mean, I think we just played Ireland and then Scotland and then here. Actually, we played Manchester and then we went to Dublin. So we're kind of doing like a round robin situation. But yeah, we've been here 3 or 4 times, and each time has been completely different. The first time we came to England, it was right around the World Cup, the 2018 World Cup.
Mm-hmm.
And we played Manchester the night that England lost the World Cup.
Right.
And it was
Okay.
it was pretty much right as they were losing, we were starting our set. So everybody came into the room like really morose. It was so sad. And then the next time we played, it was just like completely different. So I don't know what it's going to be like tonight. Each time we come here, it just feels like a different chapter. But, so far it's been nice. The weather's been great, which I hear is
the
rare.
1 week of the year.
Yeah.
We get.
Yeah.
Yeah. Something I do on these videos is you get to choose the perfect band. So you get guitar, bass, drums, vocalist, and a mystery instrument. So who would you put in as your lineup?
Ooh. I would probably do some sort of like, maybe just like some sort of tabla drummer or something. Just something like different than what I am used to. I always kind of fantasize about making a band of musicians from totally different genres, like totally different worlds of music, and just putting them together and seeing what happens. And then have someone do like some cool modular stuff. Like I'm really obsessed with Floating Points. I think he's a genius. And all his modular stuff is so cool. So yeah, those two things, and then maybe like Thundercat on bass. Something like funky, and like weird and interesting. And then maybe like a folk artist or something. I just listened to Feist's album on the way here, her latest album.
Feist in on vocals, maybe,
or on guitar or something.
Yeah.
She's a really great guitarist. Her guitar playing is so unique. Very much something that I wouldn't expect somebody to play, and I just think she's great. And then maybe who would be the vocalist?
Do you want to front this band?
Oh yeah, I guess I should put myself in this awesome band. Yeah, maybe I'll just I won't actually sing. I'll just speak. It'll just be like a speaking band.
Okay, cool. Something I've noticed from reviews and fans talking about you is that you always have like quite a distinct difference between all your albums. So I want to ask you what you're going to do next, but also could you tell me if you've got any music that you think might be bleeding into the next album you make?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I think I'm just trying to not think about it too much. I feel like my whole life I've just always been planning for something, and I just don't want to plan anything anymore. But it would be nice to do some more collaborations. We've kind of talked about that, just kind of doing, just having more fun, and maybe just doing individual songs for a while. And I also want to take a nice fat break from touring,
Right, okay.
and this music is really heavy for me. So it would just be nice to take a break, just mentally and physically. And then maybe just do something completely different. I think this is the first time I've been really this vulnerable in my work, and that I'm realizing comes at a price. So I would like to do something like less sad.
A bit more easygoing.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I know, I think just every time I'm making something, it's always reflective of where I'm at in my life, and I don't feel so sad anymore. So I think it's just a natural flow into something different, and I feel more social and collaborative, and I mean, maybe I'll put the perfect band together, the tabla drummer, and
It'd be amazing to see it happen. Yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks a lot, Caroline, for
you.
having a chat. Yeah, we're really looking forward to seeing the show.
Hell yeah.
Thanks a lot. Okay.
That's a wrap.